Hi, good morning, and welcome to Body Confidence with Mrs. Curvy Globe. That's me, Alicia Plosz, Mrs. Curvy Globe 2019. So welcome to Body Confidence, whatever that looks like to you. So embracing that beautiful self. That is our mission in life, is to just love yourself a little bit more every single day. So today we do have a absolutely beautiful guest on, Mrs. Globe 2006, Mada Papadakou. I'm hopeful that I said that right, Mada. If I said it wrong, you can correct me when you get on. I just have a little tiny bit of things I want to talk about before I do bring Mada on today. So today, happy Wednesday. It is our last Wednesday of 2020. How does that feel? Feels good, right? Tomorrow, last day of the year. Out with the old, in with the new, right? Just like new. Just we need some new. I think I feel like the whole world needs a little bit of new, right? So we need to start the new year intentional. So we did last year, we did goal setting, and we talked about being intentional with our goal setting. So what's really great is next week, my special guest is going to be Dr. Tracy Campbell, who is the owner of Mrs. Globe. And so she is going to be my guest next week. And this week, from January, I'm just going to get my notes so I don't mess this up. On January 2nd to 6th, Dr. Tracy is running a free course called From Nothing to Something, Turning Your Daydreams into Life Realities, on the Be She community on her Facebook. So be sure to go and join that. It's free, and it's from the 2nd to the 6th, and then she's going to be here on the 6th as my special guest. So which is amazing, is then we can do a recap for this, and how powerful will that be? So last week, setting your intention to start the new year strong and be intentional in your goal setting, and then doing that course, and then having the powerful close to the course with her as my beautiful guest. So how perfect will that be? So I'm going to bring 1 second, and we're going to get to know her a little bit better. So please remember, this is interactive. Let me know where you are, where you're from, how your day is going. And if you have any questions specifically for myself or Mada, please feel free to pop them into the comments, and I will try my best to read them as we go. So I am from Canada. I am on the west side of Canada. I am in Alberta, and it is 10 a.m. for me. So it is morning. So I'm still like on my coffee. It's still morning time for me. And when Mada does get on, she is also from Canada, which is exciting. I know when I called her to do our pre-chat, she didn't realize that I was Canadian as well, so that's pretty exciting. But she's all on the east coast of Canada. She's in a different time zone than me, so for her it's afternoon. So when she gets on, we'll chat. Hello from Seattle, Tasha. So I love that we get to connect globally. Wherever we are, wherever we're from, we get to communicate and get to know each other a little bit better globally. Okay, so Mada's having a little bit of trouble. So Mada, just go out of the live, completely go out of the live, and then come back in. And when you come back in, it'll request again, and then we will try this one more time. It could just be the Wi-Fi, internet. Technology is wonderful. Hi, Monica. Monica's also from Canada. Oh, thank you. Yes, green. I love green. Green is one of my favorite colors. And I was looking in my closet this morning. I wear a lot of black and white, I realized. And I felt like I needed a little bit of color. Yes, last week I did wear red to go for a little bit more of a Christmas vibe. But today I felt like green is a good energy color. So Monica is also from Alberta. She's just 3 hours south of me, and I get to hang out with Monica sometimes, which is amazing. I met Monica through the Mrs. Globe pageant. It's funny how we had to meet globally to become friends locally, that's really cool how you get to do that. As we get older, the world gets smaller, and which is a really cool thing. So what we're talking about goal setting last week, we're talking about being intentional in your goal setting. Oh, thank you, Tasha. Yeah, lip color was fun. I did wear a red lip last week. I was debating about wearing a bright pink lip this week, but I may start the new year with that next week. We'll see. We'll see. That is a little out of my comfort zone sometimes, so we'll see. So like I said, Dr. Tracy is doing this new, I just want to get the name right always, From Nothing to Something, Turning Your Daydream into Your Life Reality, on the Be She community. And so when she joins us next week, it'll be at the end of that community. So be sure to jump over and onto the Facebook after this and join the community if you haven't already, so that you can start your new year, set yourself up for success. Be intentional. Okay, Mada, yeah, no problem. We're good. Whenever you can pop on, just pop on. Technology is a wonderful thing. It's great when it works. It's great when it doesn't. It's also great. That's right. So last week we did talk about being intentional, and so I feel like if you're setting your intent and set yourself up for success, especially as this is our very last Wednesday of 2020, and next week we will. I'm just going to. There, we'll see if that works, Mada. We will, if we go and join the group and put ourselves in with the intent to be in that from nothing to something group, and we are intentionally setting ourselves up for success to start the new year strong, right? And I feel like that's important because we're what we do and not what we say we're going to do, right? We are a product of what we do and not what we say we're going to do. And all we can do is be intentional in who we want to be and where we want to be in life, right? And so, okay, so is everybody this year setting New Year's resolutions, or are they setting intentions? Because I feel that like the sifting sands of the 2020 ground was a little bit unstable, so people are hesitant in setting a goal. So I'm interested in seeing that. Okay. Okay, Mada. I did hit accept on your request. Maybe you have to go out completely out of the live and then come back in and then try one more time. I'm not sure why, because I did hit accept on my end and it just sat there. So I'm not sure if there's a connection issue. Just try one more time and we'll for sure we'll keep trying. Intentions. My intent is to stay on course. Yeah, exactly. Like, so we want to set ourselves up for success. So right now, like where I am, the gyms are closed. So normally in the new year, I feel like the gyms are packed. Everybody is going to lose weight. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to lose weight seems to be everybody's a huge one. Or I'm going to get fit, or I'm going to fit into that dress or those pair of jeans or whatever it is. And right now the gyms are closed. So me personally, I was making a Pinterest workout board for myself. That's something that I was doing. I'm setting my intention, and then I printed it out and I put it on the wall on the inside of the closet door where I keep my yoga mat and my weights, right? And so I'm being intentional with what I want to do, because I don't be like, well, I'll just do it when the gym opens, because then I'll never get there. So I'm intentionally doing that. And then I'm intentionally presetting my alarm 45 minutes earlier than I normally get up so that I have the time to do the workout, right? So you need to be intentional with what you want so that you can set yourself up for success. So Tasha, you said, has been amazing for me and I will not lose momentum. It's true. A lot of people came out of 2020 with a lot of personal growth, a lot of success, and a lot of new skills. Not everybody struggled, and not everybody, a lot of people reclaimed who they were and or changed and adapted in a different way. And I think that's so powerful to remember that just because we pivot, right? Sometimes don't stop, pivot, don't stop, alternate, don't stop, like change direction. Oh, hello.
I did it.
Third time the charm. That worked. It was great. That's okay. I don't know why. I could see that you were requesting and I accepted it, but it just, nothing on my end happened. So
I don't know what was happening. I was like, I used all my phone, my laptop. My daughter's like, you can't join from your laptop, Mom. And then I used my husband's phone. Now I'm on from my daughter's phone. So, okay, we did it. We did
well,
it.
I'm glad you're here. Good morning. Or good afternoon. It's for you. For you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Alberta, right?
Yes, so it's 10 a.m. for me, so it's still morning. So where on the east side of Canada are you from?
I am from Toronto. I guess I was born and raised in Brampton, and then we moved to Greece for like 22 years because I'm from Greek descent. And we moved back, and we're like, I guess, northern yeah, northeast, no, northeast, northeast of Toronto now. So yeah, I'm in Toronto.
Okay. So you're so it's noon for you. It's afternoon for you time.
Yes, it is. So you're
It's
so
exciting.
beautiful. So nice to meet you.
I know, nice to see you in person. It's great. We talked on the phone, but we haven't got to see face to face. So
Yes, yes,
exciting. So I'm going to get you to tell a little bit about who you are. So you are Mrs. Globe 2006,
yes,
but you started your pageant journey after you had kids, but you were a model in Greece prior to that, right?
yes, yes. So I was born and raised in Canada, and I moved to Greece. My parents are both Greek, and I moved to Greece when I was 20. I guess as soon as I finished college, I was like, I'm going home. I always considered Greece like my home. And I did my first pageant when I was 21 in the Miss Greece pageant, and then I started modeling from there. I had a contract with a major television channel there. We would show fashion every day. So, and then I got married. I met my husband when I was like 29. We got married and we had 3 children. And I like to say that I was, pregnant and breastfeeding for 5 years. and then, Mr. Like the pageant king of Greece decided, he asked me if I would represent Greece as Mrs. Greece, because at the time, I guess there was an economic crisis and they didn't have a regular pageant. So he was like assigning girls that he trusted and believed in. And I knew him from previous years and from, the industry and whatnot. So I thought like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna get a vacation. And he's like, it's in California. I was like, oh, this is heavenly. I'm gonna go for vacation. It was so amazing to me. But he did say one thing to me. He said, I remember when I was going, he was like, he goes, you're gonna meet one of the most incredible women you've ever met in your life. And he goes, her name's Dr. Tracy Campbell. He goes, she's brilliant. He goes, she's beautiful and brilliant. And he's like, he just loved Tracy. Unfortunately, he's passed now. But yeah, and I was like, whoa, what's so amazing about her? And he's like, she does like this amazing charity work about abuse recovery and about helping women recover from abuse. And I was like, oh, poor women.
Mhm.
Didn't even think at that time. It didn't even cross my mind that I had been in a relationship for about 4.5 years, and it was an abusive relationship, but I just never connected the dots. I don't know why. But when I went to Mrs. Glow and I started like following the right living classes and all the teachings, and it just kind of hit me there. I was like, oh my goodness, I was actually in an abusive relationship. I was, in an intimate partner abusive relationship, and it hit me there and then. And yeah, and that's how basically I also got very involved with the Win Foundation International, and I also started a Win at Last chapter in Greece. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's and I don't know how, why, when, why. I guess it's luck as well, but I won in 2006, which was like amazing, and it changed my life. And yeah, that's it. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, no, yeah, you're great. No, that was great. Yeah, I mean, when you went, your youngest was only 5 months old when you went, and you said your mother and your daughter went with you when you traveled to compete, right?
Yes, because I wanted a vacation, so I figured I'd bring my, firstborn with me. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like so attached to my children, and I just felt like, if I brought her with me and then my mom as well, I would like not feel that, like, it was like the first time really away from my family and my children and my baby, especially, like, she was just 5 months old, right? So no, it
Right.
wasn't much. She was 5 months when I won, when I got the title Mrs. Greece, and then she was almost like, because I went in, I think it's July. Yeah, I think we went in July. It was in July. So she was almost, about 10 months old at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
feel it's
my
so
old,
amazing that you went there. I think that's so amazing, especially like after you have babies and you pivot, right? Because you used to be a model and then now you're a mom. We kind of compartmentalize who we are in certain places in our life, right? And so, but you've been very passionate along with Dr. Tracy about making an impact about abuse awareness since your journey with Mrs. Globe and recovery. So why is it so important to you to share your story?
well, first of all, I think it's important that women understand, like at the age of 35, I guess I kind of like connected the dots at that I actually lived in a very abusive relationship. And uh, sharing our stories obviously helps other women recognize and look at themselves, right? So I know, like I did a TED talk, and a lot of the times that the messages I get, which I've gotten a lot of messages, and I never expected to get so many messages when I did the talk, is that a lot of women are like, I didn't realize I was in an abusive relationship until I was able to like listen to your story and compare it to my story and see the common factors. So I think it's really important for us to share our stories so that way we can, first of all, shed a light on what abuse can look like. As name awareness is very, very important. Getting what abuse is in general, the definition of it. Secondly, I guess just to set an example that, with the right recovery method that you can overcome.
I
Did you hear that?
did, yeah. Oh, yes, good. Go ahead. Mhm.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, Tasha here. Tasha said it helps let people know that they're not alone. Yeah, that's right. I don't know if you can you see the comments that are on the phone, Nada?
No, I can't. My
Oh,
daughter
okay.
in. I don't know why. Okay, I'm doing a live right now, sweetie. What's wrong? Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself? Okay, here, because I have everybody's phones here, so sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Tasha had said that, I'm just going to scroll back. It says letting people know that they're not alone. That's why it's important to share your story so that they have somebody to anchor them and to help them to feel more secure in their healing journey, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's like a lot of times when you're in an abusive relationship, just seeing a light that there is a way out, that there is a solution, that it doesn't have to be like this, um, is a lifesaver for a lot of women that are living in these dark type of situations. So, of course, first of all, recognition is the first step to recognize that you're in an abusive relationship, and then obviously giving some sort of solutions that are available out. Um, Dr. Tracy does a great work with the Win Foundation International and all the programs of recovery that she offers. And it was like the first program of recovery that I ever participated in, and I was able to look at my belief system and the things that I was allowing in my life and that I had allowed. My abuse ran deeper than just my intimate partner violence. Like today's just a really interesting day. Like it sounds like my house is falling apart. I'm so
That's okay. That's okay. I know it's the working from home. Working from home is fun now. We get to pivot and adapt in different ways. I know the last time my dogs went crazy and were barking because my dad was clearing the snow for me, and it was right at the perfect time. It is. It's okay. We're all human. It's totally fine. So, is it okay if we talk a little bit? I know you have battled with eating disorders and struggled with body positivity and image, especially while you were modeling. Um, Never feeling skinny enough, never feeling confident enough, like visually, right? Because in the modeling industry, everyone's picking apart your flaws and always telling you what's wrong with you, right?
Oh,
So
100%.
when you were in your 20s. So why is it so important now for you to have a healthy food relationship and being physically active? Why is it so important to you now?
Well, first of all, like coming to that realization in my life that I had a eating disorder, because I went through denial at a younger age. I battled with various issues, and I don't want to trigger anybody with any sharing of my deep dark secrets, but I think it came a lot to like self-confidence, self-love, and acceptance of just like I'm good enough. And
Mhm.
especially in my 20s, I think I battled that a lot because it is the industry as well, where you're just like, you don't get a job. That means you don't get money. That means you're not paying your rent. It's so you're always constantly like trying to, be the best version of yourself that you can every single day. So that way you can continue making a living and generating money. Parallel to that, obviously, is that it's a constant reminder of like every rejection you get, it's like, okay, I'm not good enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this enough, and just again going back to that I'm not enough. So now at the coming to the age that I am now, almost 50, and I've realized that I that is being healthy physically also has a lot to do with my mental health. And right now my mental health is so important to me in order to be a good mother, be a good wife, be a good member of society, to be a good leader in my charity work that I do. So having mental health is so important to me. So I combine my spiritual health, my physical health, that means staying active, eating properly, and I have to do a lot of tricks to battle these issues because, they do kind of shadow into my life, even nowadays, where like I used to have to weigh myself every single day to see how much I can eat today. Like I would get on the scale and say, oh, okay, today I can eat a little bit more. Today I can't eat as much. So like, basically to me, like I weigh myself now once a week, and that's like, wow, that's like a miracle. That's
Yeah, it's
not
growth,
my
right?
work. It's not my work.
Yeah.
So like getting that obsessive thinking out of the way is was a challenge for me. But like I said before, staying physically healthy, spiritually healthy, and mentally healthy is really important.
Well, yeah, if you're like emotionally healthy and mentally stable, then you're more successful as a parent because you lead by example. So you and your daughters are now, one of your daughters is doing modeling, and your other two children are in high school and they're both athletes. So, and a lot more is caught than taught, right? So they're seeing us more than they're hearing us, unfortunately, sometimes, right? It's true. So when you are leading by example, if you're not doing what we want them to do, who are they going to become,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, so no, that's why I wanted to know why it's so much more important to you. And it's because you're the leader of your family, and especially for the industry that your children are in, they're also in the modeling industry. So you want to set them up for success. And your son is an athlete, so he needs to eat and eat well to be able to fuel his body to do the job that he needs, right?
Exactly. Well, it's really interesting in my household because me and the girls are vegetarians and my husband and my son aren't. So like the menu varies every single day, and it's a very combination of two different lifestyles. But like you said, like for me it's important to just lead by example. Exactly. Thank goodness, thank God, I was blessed with a husband that also was a professional athlete, so he is able to guide my son probably better than I possibly could. For Celia, who's also in the industry right now, battling the issues of body image has been a huge challenge. And I don't know if it had to do with a lot of the fact that the things that she picked up from me, also parallel to some experiences that she's had also already in the industry. She just turned 19 and she's been in the industry for about 3 years now. So this year I decided that and it's okay sometimes to say that what, maybe she needs some outside help. So I was able to get her a coach to um to help her deal with like the issues of like eating and body image and self-love. um and it's okay sometimes to say that maybe sometimes they do need to hear it from somebody else, and somebody that is more of a professional in the way they're going to uh, offer the information and help my child at least exercise that in her life.
It's true. I know outsourcing is always, I feel like it's you utilize what you have access to. My kids do not listen to me the same way they would listen to my mom or my sister because I know nothing,
Yeah.
right?
Hey,
Uh,
I know nothing. That's like the best thing about, especially when my oldest daughter says that. She used to say that to me before she became a mom. She's like, "You don't know anything about fashion, mom." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I know nothing about fashion. I'm like an international model. I know nothing about fashion." And when the click is made, then she kind of like understood. But I'm sorry I interrupted you there. But you're right. Like
No, it's
they
great.
like we know nothing.
Yeah. It's right. So it's that's awesome that you are outsourcing. Tasha says that's excellent outside resources. It's okay to not be okay, and it's true. I don't know everything. My daughter and I were having a conversation last night, and I said, "Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Alicia. Your name is Noah, and today's the first day that I've had this day old child. Sorry, I've never had a teenage girl this day old before, and this is a hard day for us." And she's like, looked at me. I'm like, I didn't get a book. And she's just like, because we were having the argument, right? And she just like, and I just like stopped her and I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. Let's just hug it out, okay? Because I'm struggling right now too. And she's just like, looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, no, for real. I don't know. This is my very first time having a this day old you. I'm sorry.
Love that.
Like,
Love that.
right? Like sometimes I'm just a human as well. And we're learning in this together. And you just need to realize that it's okay to not be okay, but I still love you, right? And that's at the end of it, that's all that we need. And so I know I don't know everything. And so getting her a coach, like you probably know more than she's letting you teach her because you're the mom, right? So, but because you are the mom, she'll listen to somebody else maybe a little bit differently just because.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge trying to get through to Celia about certain things as far as the industry is concerned. But I think she's come to realize now that, I do have a valid opinion and knowledge of the industry. So she pays attention. She asks me now more than she did when she first started. Before it was like, you don't know. I do know. But anyways, yeah, I mean, and like I see that with my son as well. Like it's like my husband was a pro basketball player, and then my son will turn to him and say like, "Oh, you don't know anything about basketball." It's like, "Really?" That's not true. That's not true. Anyways, yeah, so
Right.
that's why my husband kind of helped me understand that is that he's like, it's okay, he goes, I let the coaches talk to him. He goes, I'll talk to the coach. He goes, I'll let the coaches talk to him as well. The message is being passed, and it doesn't matter from where they get it. I guess it's important that they just get it. And
100% true. Yeah.
to me, the most important thing of all is that I just really like, and one of the reasons I worked so hard on myself is that especially as far as like my eating disorders are concerned or my body image issues are concerned, I know that like, I've gone through that phase in my life where I'd be like, I'd wear a bikini, I'd be like, oh my God, look at me now. Oh, I need to work out more. And I know that they're listening. And what they're seeing is a very, skinny woman saying really negative things about herself that aren't probably true, right? And so this, like you said before, it's like, they're looking at this and then they're like looking at themselves and going, well, if mom thinks she's, not fit, maybe we're not fit. Do you know what I mean? So like I've had to like really be very conscious of like the things I say to myself out loud in front of my children. So it's so important to like, just accept and self-love. It's so important, especially when you're like raising children, right?
Hmm. And right now, especially because they see themselves a lot more because of social media. Like they are put in front of themselves, good, bad, and ugly, a lot more than we ever were. Like nobody posted terrible pictures of me constantly and be like, whoa, I'm in the background of that picture, or because there wasn't. I had to wait for someone to develop it, and I might be on someone's locker on the inside. That was what I would see. Like it was not as now, right? So it's a whole different thing for them, body confidence and image. So if they're hearing it from us as well, it's a different layer, right?
100%. 100%.
For sure. So you seem so grounded in who you are today. Was this always the case? Were you always very knew who you were?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I think I've gone through phases in my life, and life is a great lesson, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I went through a phase in my life, especially in my 20s. I don't know. It has its ups and downs. At some point, you're a model and you think like you're, on the top of the world, and then your world can come crashing down, if you don't get the job or somebody writes something bad about you or whatnot. Um, So I think that, you know, life has humbled me a lot, and just coming to terms with, you know, I'm not that big a deal. I'm really not. Life does not, you know, the world doesn't revolve around me. And just like, you know, accepting that and just being, you know, humble enough to, you know, accept whatever life brings your way. And I have a very religious belief now, it's a stronger one than I ever did when I was younger, where I have Christ in my life and God in my life and more and more and more. And I'm so proud to say that. And I think that has also helped me be more grounded as a human being and being a better version of myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find if you, whatever it is that you believe in, whatever faith you believe in,
Yeah,
I find as we get older, we're more drawn to self-love and faith and things that are more important, right? We kind of sift everything else out and realize the core, come back to the core, right?
exactly. So yes, I've gone through my phases of where I thought I was like the best thing since sliced bread, and then realized that I wasn't. So it's like, especially at a younger age, right? So yeah, life humbles you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Well, because at the end of the day, we're all just people, right? And then sometimes we forget that we're all just people, right?
Exactly, just humans.
You can't. Yeah, I know you can't see the comments, but Coretta Doll says, "I love you, Mada." And then I'm just gonna try and scroll back,
I
and then
the first year.
and then Tasha says, "I love that so much. Doesn't matter where you get it as long as you get it." Um, I just wanted to so you could see some of these comments because I know you can't see them. And then we have a. I don't know if it's because you're also on your daughter's account. There's a bunch of people waving and popping in.
Oh, I can't.
That's okay. So can you share one tip for us before we sign off on either body confidence or self-love that you would like to leave the viewers with today? Something, whatever you choose.
I promised you I was going to bring the first crown, the crown that.
Yes, yes, please do. Yes.
So this
So
is
this is the original one, right? The Miss Globe that you won.
the original crown. And it's funny because the year that I handed, you know, at the end of my reigning year, and I went to crown the next Mrs. Globe. It's beat up. My crown is beat up, and Tracy would say, "Yeah, that's a crown that went to work." So,
Yeah.
like, we did a lot of great things the first year that I was Mrs. Globe, and I was really really happy, and I got to wear her a lot, but she is heavy. But and
Yeah.
now obviously we have our new crowns, which are just so beautiful. And I love that about Tracy, that she's like, you know, she keeps all all the alumni and the older, you know, the past winners so close, and we have like our own little group chat on WhatsApp, and we talk and share, and it's really nice. And it's good that, you know, you feel like you're part of a family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's true. Like I'm just now out of my title and already I was popped right into that group chat and already a welcome to the community. And I think it is true. It makes you feel connected and it's not like, okay, next. No, it's like you get embraced, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing.
It is, and it's like that's why Mrs. Globe is the best pageant in the world, the most prestigious.
It's true.
All the
It
time.
is true. You become like a family. Coretta says that you were the funniest Miss Globe ever.
That's so funny because when you wrote that, I was like, oh, okay, no pressure now. Like now I feel like I have to be funny. I don't know if I'm as funny as people say I am, but I do hear that a lot. And one thing that, you know, I enjoyed so much, like whenever I'm with Tracy, especially, like I laugh or I'm crying. And I love those type of friendships, and I love those type of relationships. And it's so important to me to laugh. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, I probably when you first meet me, you don't think I'm funny, but I'm funnier than I look. So that's what I,
No, that's awesome. I love that means that you're just willing to be real if you're funny. It means that you're willing to just be who you are and not be an image, which is great. I love that you're willing to share yourself with everybody. That's awesome.
thank you.
Thank you so much for being my guest today. I loved it. I loved getting to know you a little bit better, and not just from your beautiful pictures on Instagram. That was very great for me, and I loved our chat on the phone the other day. I liked that a lot.
that you said that I'd love to share is that you know, obviously we all have, you know, scars turned into wounds. Embrace our wounds, love our body, love ourselves, because you know this is who we are now, and these are what makes us like make us warriors, right? So just
Hmm.
embrace everything, you know, that ever happened to you, and just move on from there and use it to its, you know, best benefit, I guess I would say. But scars turn into wounds, and wounds are good.
Hmm. It's true, and they help you grow. They help you remember where you came from too, right? And what you've overcome.
No,
That's exactly right.
exactly.
Oh, um, Teresa Humbert says hi, mom,
Oh,
and
dude.
somebody else says Greek beauty to you. So that's funny. So I'm just going to sign off like I always do and say that you are beautiful, brilliant, and brave, and you can do anything you want to do. To you, Mada, and to everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy very last Wednesday of 2020. And tomorrow is the very last day of the 2020, and we are going forth with intent into 2021. That is the intent this year, is to go forth, be intentional, and be positive.
Happy New
That's
Year.
all we can hope.
Happy New Year, Alicia. Thank you so much for the interview.
Yes, you're welcome. Yes, thank you for coming. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Wednesday, and cheers to your success. Thank you, Mada.